I'm putting Vegemite on an In-N-Out Burger. Now that's a barely comprehensible run-on sentence, but I'll still respond to that. Remember, I'm an old man complaining to the wind. What do you think about that? Ha! Dog heart medicine, check. So this is the reason I don't read my comments on my reviews. Am I that old? Guess I am. Good morning on this warm and breezy Monday morning. There's Bolt and there's Bailey back there. I wasn't sure if I was going to vlog today, but I figured, what the heck, I'll just give it a shot anyways. It might be kind of difficult with the wind, but that never stopped me in the first place. Actually, yeah, maybe it has. If I can find a spot to vlog here. I don't know about this. Over here seems pretty safe from the wind, but this isn't really a great spot. Before I get started, a real quick update on the weed situation. Check it out. So I put a little bit of time into this section right here. So right over here I pulled manually. That took me about 20 minutes. So that may not be realistic, but now I know. And over here I poured some boiling water, which it did seem to take some of the weeds out, but not enough. So I'm not sure that's a realistic option either. I also have this side of the yard too. So I don't know, it's gonna be either I just ride it out until the summer kills them, or I find another solution. I'll look at some of the other options suggested, but I don't know about this. I might be stuck with these for a while. These weeds are pests. And speaking of pests, I want to discuss something that happened in the comments where it's not so windy. Quick time out on that. I changed my mind. I filmed a fairly extensive response to a comment using somewhat fake outrage. And after watching it back, I'm not sure the fake outrage comes out. I think the outrage comes out, but not the fakeness. All I'm gonna say is this. If you think that my complaining here is serious, then you've missed my sense of humor. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, I grew up watching guys like George Carlin, Don Rickles, later Jerry Seinfeld, Sam Kinison, even Bill Burr. That's my sense of humor. You observe things in the world that are kind of ridiculous, and you kind of humorously complain about them. That's what I try to do. Maybe it doesn't always come off that way, but that's the intent at least. And with that, I have an AC guy coming. But here's what's funny about it. Maybe it's funny. Here comes one of my hopefully humorous complaints. So I call the AC company, and the person answering does not speak very good English. I did my best to ask. I just said, hey, it's March. Can we send someone out for like one of the seasonal checkups of my AC unit? It's working perfectly fine. I just like every year for someone to come check it out. I think that person sent them on a service call thinking it needs to be repaired. So I hope they don't try to charge me for a service call, because that's not what I was asking for. I'm kind of waiting for them to show up now, and hopefully the wires didn't get crossed. We'll find out. And I don't know what Bailey's doing there, but she looks good doing it. And by the way, if those of you who watched my early vlogs when they were members videos, right around here there was an anthill that I've been looking at for years. I don't see the ants. I think that anthill may be gone. I think that might be the end of an empire. They were there for like 3 years. Well, I take that back. Hold on. I stand corrected. There's one right there. There's another one. But where? No, Bailey, don't kill them. I know they kind of go dormant in the wintertime, but this is the first time I've even seen any ants. Maybe they're still around. They're just very dormant. What do you guys think? So I was thinking about something might be funny. Now, rather than posting that 3-minute long rant of me versus a commenter, maybe it'd be funny to take some of my more interesting statements out of context and have a little montage of what that original rant was. So I present to you a montage of clips of my 3-minute long rant that I've cut out of this vlog right now. Now that's a barely comprehensible run-on sentence, but I'll still respond to that. Where do I begin? I'm not sitting there forcing you to click on my videos. If you don't like it, go on to something else. Go watch your AI crap. You obviously have an issue with rock backyards. Well, you don't like dogs? Are you ageist? You're an ageist. Get out of here, number 2. The irony. I really try to avoid all types of drama on YouTube. So this is the reason I don't read my comments on my reviews. I haven't opened my comments on freaking reviews in 6 months for this reason. Because YouTube comment drama is a distraction. And it's unnecessary. And there's that angled wall again. I kind of like that. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm always joking around, and most of my joking is in the form of sarcastic complaints. That's how I am. And there will be people that don't get it, and I ain't gonna change. Remember, I'm an old man complaining to the wind. I ain't gonna change at this point. Hopefully those of you who do get it will stick around. And those of you who don't, once again, you can get out of here. But fortunately, I think 99% of people do get it, so you can stick around here. I didn't plan on starting on that note, but I don't know if I have any food reviews today or not. Like, I had something in mind, but I don't know if it's gonna pan out or not. I dropped my mom off at the airport, so this is the first time in months there hasn't been someone, a guest staying here. So I don't know what I'm gonna do today. But whatever it is, you'll join me. But this wind's getting bad. So I'll catch up with you a little bit later and let you know what's going on. AC check? Check. I also just had some lunch. One of the things I had was Vegemite on toast. The first time I ever had it was on camera on Frequent Reviews. Way back in, I think, 2018, down in Australia. And I ever since then, I eat all the time. In my Discord, it was discussed the other day, and that had me getting a hankering for it. So I ordered more, and I've been chowing it down ever since then. What's funny is so many people don't like it. It's a very disliked food item. One of the problems is a lot of people who try it for the first time, they don't even try it right. They'll just eat it plain. Like, you don't get a spoonful of Vegemite and expect to get an accurate sampling of it. That'd be like someone trying mustard for the first time with a spoon, or mayonnaise, or drinking soy sauce with a straw. You gotta try it the right way if you want to get an accurate sample of how it tastes. Make some toast, put a thin layer of butter, thin layer of Vegemite, you're good to go. It's kind of bitter, it's kind of salty, almost like a bouillon cube. I'm a big fan. I eat it all the time, I love it. I gotta go get a refill of dog heart medicine. So off to the vet, and then who knows what's next. Dog heart medicine, check. I should just down this right now. Maybe not. Alright, so I really wasn't planning on doing any kind of a food review for this vlog, but I came up with something anyways. With my love of Vegemite, which I have here with me, my love of Vegemite made me think, what would happen if I combine my love of Vegemite with my love of In-N-Out? What do you think about that? Ha! I'm gonna do it. I'm putting Vegemite on an In-N-Out burger. Some people might say that's horrific. Some people might say that's blasphemous. But I'm doing it because I love both. If I love both, it should be good, right? We shall see. Here we go. All right, we have our delicious Vegemite here and our delicious In-N-Out burger here. I should be able to combine these two. I'm gonna pull the bun out. All right, there we go. What do you guys think? Does this look awful? All right, I'm looking forward to this. I think it's gonna be good. It really isn't a combination I've ever even considered until about half an hour ago. It sounds good to me. To you, it may not, but to me, it sounds good. Vegemite and In-N-Out paired together for the first time. Probably not ever, but the first time in my life. Bite number one. Bite number two. That was good. I don't care what anybody says. The Vegemite's not so strong that it overpowers. There's a lot of flavor in the In-N-Out burger. It just adds a little bit of a savoriness to it, a little bit of saltiness to it. I think it's a great condiment. If you've ever tried Vegemite and even slightly liked it, try it on an In-N-Out burger and let me know what you think. Because to me, that's a winning combo. I'm going to finish my meal now, but I liked it. I'm going to probably do that from now on. I think, maybe. That's my taste test for the day. I'm going to finish my meal and head back home. I've got to say, that Vegemite paired well with that burger. The rest of the burger kind of smoothed out the bitterness, kind of absorbed the saltiness. It just added this extra savoriness. I love it. Definitely gonna do that again. Even if you didn't like Vegemite before, if you ever have an opportunity, try it on something like that. You might change your mind. You may not, but I like it. I was kind of biased to begin with though, so who knows. Earlier, I was listening to some music from the mid-70s. That was when I was a kid, and it occurred to me, I remember stuff from 50 years ago. 50 years ago. And then I was thinking, the world's changed a lot in those 50 years, but probably none more than the previous 10 years. I feel like the last 10 years have changed a lot more than the previous 40 did. I mean, there's been a lot of change all along, but things are changing, man. But how is it possible I remember the world 50 years ago? Am I that old? Guess I am. Well, this day is coming to a close quickly. It's funny, thinking about 50 years ago and how my life's gone by so fast, it makes me think of how these daily vlogs have kind of made me realize how even your individual days don't turn like you expect. When I start my daily vlogs, I always talk about my day ahead, and usually by the end of the day, it hasn't worked out that way. And that's kind of how life is in general. When you're young, you kind of think about how your life's going to turn out. It doesn't really turn out that way in most cases. You never really know what's going to happen in your life. The unexpected is what's to be expected. But another thing about these vlogs I've kind of realized as well is the vlogs kind of have a three-part act that kind of follow how my life has gone. The first part is kind of where I'm looking forward to my day, I'm looking ahead, and I'm a little bit of an ornery mood. I got a little bit of an attitude. Then there's kind of like the main activity. That's not unlike how my life has gone. In my teens and 20s, I was kind of young with an attitude, looking ahead towards life. 30s and 40s, I kind of put my head down and worked hard. Now my 50s and beyond, kind of reflective. I better make this reflective phase last as long as I can, because what's after that? Probably lights out. But that's about it for this vlog. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.